Hi, I'm Bobsto, the Odor Weeb.
And I'm Red, the bald-headed wonder.
You're watching the Anime Boys.
The anime of
Hey,
Booga Booga
boys.
Boys. So what's
We're
happening?
back at we're back at it with another week of Hell's Paradise. There's only 3 episodes left to read after this
Back
for
at
the
it
for
with
the
the
season.
bins.
Yeah, man.
Three
Um,
episodes?
and we got some good shit to talk about here. But before we get into that, I'll just start off with a little preamble. Like, hey, if you like this video, give us a little like, comment. If there's anything we missed in this video, definitely comment because we'd love to talk with you guys about this
Yes,
episode
please, because that would
and
be
any
very
of the
interesting.
other episodes from beforehand. And also, if you have any recommendations for series you'd like us to cover, feel free to do that. Leave that in the comments as well.
Right.
Um, Other than that, give us a like, comment, subscribe if you enjoy what you see.
Yeah, I mean,
And
you subscribing, it deserves a big ol'.
Not.
um, hell yeah. I will say the performance for last week's video was pretty good. It's been only about 3 or so days, and it's already broken like 85 views,
Yeah, I'm
which is it's
actually.
nice.
Yeah, we haven't had one break that since. What
The
was it,
biggest one
Chainsaw
we had
Man?
about
Since
the biggest one we had break within Hell's Paradise so far was the second one we did.
Yeah, and it was like 57 or something like that.
It's 60.
Was it 60?
60.
60 then. Excuse me.
Yep.
Um,
Um, but yeah, no, it's just very much appreciated the views and people actually watching the content. It's pretty nice. Uh, Preamble aside, hey Red, what'd you think about episode 9 of Hell's Paradise?
it's pretty aight. I thought we were going to get
Yeah,
into some more, like, I thought we were going to get into some other things than what we saw. But all in all, it
yeah,
wasn't a terrible episode. We got some information. We've got
yeah,
some more questions, typical Hell's Paradise style. Uh,
yeah.
you figure out some answers.
Um,
Well, here's some more questions for you. Uh,
Indeed. Um, so we opened up. We got Gabi Maru and the Blade Dragon. They're facing each other, looking. They're like, ah man, I want to fucking fight you. And probably one of the cool. This is probably one of my favorite things about this series is what proceeds to go on before they even actually start fighting. They start basically calculating each other's moves in their
dude.
heads.
And see, the thing about it is that this has already happened before. Like,
Yeah,
so Gabimaru has this weird, awesome
yeah.
sense of knowing what the
No, it's
the.
well. The thing is, both of them. They're both doing it.
Well, no, at first it's
Yeah,
Gabimaru.
yeah,
It starts off with Gabimaru formulating the outcome of the fight because
yeah,
he's injured from the last episode. He just got up. He's beaten. He's bloody. He's just tattered. And he gets up, and this guy's just like, you know what? I think you should die. He's like, oh yeah, let me think for a second.
yeah. It's like you got fucking weak shit there. And like I said, they both just pretend to basically just engage in mental combat.
Yeah, and then they both decide that it's not worth it, and that they
Yeah,
both get up getting fucked in the end because
yeah.
Gabimaru ain't no bitch. He just ain't.
The-
Um,
And then Fuchi's like, "Oh, come on, man. This shit ain't scientific enough. You can't be saying you're just literally using your minds to predict what the other one's gonna do.
yeah, you can't just
That's
do
some
that.
that's some bullshit. Also, you're not fighting because we need information from Gabimar.
Yeah,
We
you
need
just found
information.
this beaten up, bloody guy on the ground with this random ass girl. He's not
Yeah.
Excuse me. He is not. What's the fucking word I'm looking for? Shit. Um,
Damn it.
Chaperoned by his little
Yeah.
samurai bitch. So what's the question there? There's so many questions here, and the only thing you can think of is fighting. You brute. We could
Yeah.
chop him up and get information.
And fucking Fuchi's willing to just fucking go at it, pulls out a sword. It's fucking curved, which is
Yeah,
really
that
neat.
it's so nice, dude. It's got like this fish hook style to it. And it reminds me of
Yeah.
it reminds me if anybody's played God of War 2, The Cotivore, the hooks, with the
Yeah.
Cotivore skin, it's shaped exactly like that. Almost. They're slightly different, but they have the same hook style to it. I don't know if you've witnessed that, Bob Stowe, but you should.
I don't
It's
think I
really
don't think I've
funny.
seen that particular one.
Well, I got all the
Um,
skins in God of War 2, so yeah, I'm a big
but
nerd. Go ahead, say it. I don't care, but it was
nerd get
fun.
laid. Yeah.
But I have a kid.
Doesn't matter. Could be adopted. Let me see the paperwork.
I promise you, this kid is not adopted. Oh my
You could be.
gosh. I
I
cannot
don't know
deny
about
this
that.
kid, I promise.
Debatable.
You think he's just a test tube baby or something?
I need your reviewed paper.
You think he's just a test tube baby or something?
Nah, he's something. I don't know. Oh well. So we go on, and Gabimaru decides, you know what, I'm a fucking compromise. And he really just gets down, and I fucking love this particular little exchange where
Ooh, me
basically
too.
the dude tests his resolve by drawing his sword and acting as if he's going to strike. And Gabimaru obviously doesn't fucking flinch. She's like, ah,
Because
man.
Mama didn't raise no bitch,
Yeah.
man. I'm just
Yeah.
that dude is like steel. He's like he's not getting bent. It's not happening. Just go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Do what I say. Just be here with me in the moment until I decide I don't want you here anymore.
Yeah.
And the guy's just sitting there like, oh yeah, well, most people who would be lying would move, or
They
even
try to attack or fight back or
what's
something.
what's crazy is like if that happened to me,
Yeah.
my first instinct would be to move out of the way. I mean,
You also were trained as a child to be a fucking killing machine that faces death like on a nearly daily basis.
it's very, very true.
Getting a sword swung at him is something I figure would probably be very, very commonplace.
It's just a normal
And something that
Tuesday for him.
he just has no fucking reaction to because it's like, well,
It's just a normal Tuesday afternoon with your cheeks
so
hanging out.
he gets accepted in, but initially the Blade Dragon's like, nah, you know what? Since I like the courtesy, but since you did that shit, that's some weak ass shit, man. I don't think I want to be rolling with you. And Fuji's like, nah, he's
You're
he's
coming with
gonna tell
us.
he's gonna tell us what he knows, and then he immediately tells him about the Tensen, and they immediately begin shit themselves.
Yep. And I like how they cut over to it. It was just this fucking gong. Or not gong. It's like a wooden bell almost. It's the sound that it makes. I don't really know the actual instrument, but it's just that sound followed by like, what the shit? And then we get a little surprise. They're sitting there talking about that, and then Gabimaru turns around, looks at the girl. This bitch is like 15 now. She went from like 5 to like 15.
Yep.
After one use of her towel, I think is what they were calling it.
Yeah, she has a big old growth spurt.
I'd say
Blow up.
Except now, she can actually talk.
Yeah.
Some new information that Gabimaru didn't know.
And so this is where we begin to learn about fucking Tal through like 3 different fucking perspectives, which is really fucking cool.
Oh yeah, I love the way it's explained because it's fully explained, but from 3 different stories. It's like cutting in at a word, like most people would say. Like, I don't know if y'all have ever seen those scenes to where people would be talking about the same subject. And good example, Shrek 2. Yeah. Whenever they were going up to meet the king and queen, they were both on both sides of the story talking about how they didn't want to do it, and on a singular word it was switch frames or switch scenes. It was essentially that. And I love it being explained that way, but that's my tangent. Go ahead.
That's very cool. So I guess we can just talk about Tao in general. I like how it. Uh, Tao is a really interesting form of power within anime because it's not complete it's not completely like strength based or anything like
Yeah,
that. It's
it's
all
not,
about
and it's not
it's
complete
all
myth either. Like,
yeah
it's something that people actually practice and people actually believe in the real world.
yeah. There's
Um,
basically like a different interpretation of like say like chi or chakras.
well,
Like
Buddhists
it's
basically
a
refer it
yeah
to like an inner knowing. Like,
yeah
you don't have to see with your eyes to sense.
yeah
And it's essentially what it is. And I love the fact that they brought in the, I can't remember his name, but
Shion.
yeah, Shion into the matter, which he is blind. He had no choice but to learn
Yep.
how to access Tao. And it's cool to see an actual fucking human using it at this point.
Yeah. Actually, we've seen it before. I've seen a human use it before. Shion has.
Who?
It's strongly implied that Gabimaru uses Tao because that's how ninjutsu is like. He's able to use his ninjutsu shit.
Uh,
Also, that's why he's able to stand a chance
but we
against
haven't seen it in the same
no.
nature as what we've seen it on this episode.
Also, they mention later on that people using Tao can withstand damage that would normally kill them, which would explain why he's able to,
Exactly. Like they were
defy
they were
death.
they were subtly hinting that Gabimaru uses
Yeah.
Tao
He
unintentionally,
uses Tao, but he doesn't know that he's using it because that's not how he was taught
which
it.
is actually really cool. He just finds it
Yeah.
as like a strength that he has that he just
Yeah.
like he developed a very hard skill
Mm-hmm. Ninja
almost
training, man.
unintentionally. Like he willed it and it happened and
And then
he doesn't even know it. It's really cool.
there's another neat sort of thing about it as well, and that is that they talk about the part called the Tanden, which is the
Yeah.
part below the navel,
Yep.
which we'll get into later because it actually gets brought back like indirectly towards the end of the
Yeah.
episode,
Like
which is a really cool little detail for people paying attention. Um, but no, I like the description of Tao because Virgin starts out very simple. Like, okay, no, it's just like strength and weakness because like May can always say like two fucking words.
yeah.
And then Hoko,
She says mind strong weak. And
yeah,
I find that hilarious that she
mm-hmm.
those are the only things that she's saying and everybody's just sitting there like duh.
What the fuck does that mean?
Like what are you
And
saying to me?
you get Hoko, who uses a more like sort of spiritual description of it, where it's like this
Mm-hmm.
basically like the life force, like the energy of life around you, and how people can use it and manipulate it. But to do so, you have to be in an utter state of like calm, like of both calm and rage. Like so, basically, like you have to like be within the equilibrium,
Exactly.
mentally, emotionally, physically. If one thing's off, the balance is fucked up, and you can't really use it.
Yeah. And I just found that the explanation of Tao in this
Yeah,
episode, that's what I really liked about the whole episode.
yeah,
That and a scene that's coming up here in a little while.
yeah.
Um,
Um, and then that sort of leads to what I like about Hell's Paradise in terms of its power structure. Is it's not really it's not the character strength isn't based off of their raw physical strength like other series. Instead, it's more so how emotionally stable they are is where their strength lies,
exactly. And I find that
and
to be
how they're able to
absolutely
control
incredible.
that and harness it.
Well,
Harness both their strengths and weaknesses
you
to
know, with the way that they use Tao and their
yeah
strength for them, um, a lot of people believe that Buddhists actually have mastered this, and the only reason that I say this is because of some of the most inhuman things that they can do. I mean,
yeah
there's some monks that will meditate on beds of nails. There's monks that can actually lift 4 or 5 tons over their weight and just
yeah
lift it no problem. And it's like they can bear the most horrendous pain imaginable without any reaction. And I think it's just because of how stable that they are. And
Yeah.
they can control that pain through sheer willpower and sheer focus. And they can just make the pain disappear. And that's essentially what they're doing in this anime, is they're just going with the flow of their emotions throughout the whole thing.
Oh, oh fuck! I forgot to mention. I really like how like the Blade Dragon's motive for going to the island, because he doesn't give a fuck about
No, yeah, he doesn't care
being
about the
free.
elixir.
He doesn't care about that shit. He wants to become immortal, but not in the way you think.
Only by
Which is
name.
really
Only by
only
name.
by name. He wants to become such a badass that he's like told as if he's like a legend.
Yeah, he's just like,
And, like,
I don't care about being immortal. That's boring. I want to be remembered.
And it's just really fucking cool.
It is. I mean, it is neat. I like the
Yeah.
I like the dichotomy of it.
So yeah, so Nurugai is training with quote unquote training with Shion, and man, Shion's got some fucking moves.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah,
Oh
fucking
man.
running up behind him, and he just fucking just effortlessly deflect with the sheath,
Dude, that shit was so cool.
and moving her fucking head to the side to like dodge
Well, I mean,
the sword.
this is where we get more explanation on, like, this is happening while the Tao is also being explained.
Yeah.
Just for everybody listening, we're just describing the events after, like, per each individual. But yeah, he was sitting there trying to basically tell this girl that he's not gonna train her, and it's because he doesn't want to see another young life taken because of him. And and as he's explaining to her why he will not train her, he is also actively training her.
Yeah. Okay, it's like nah, I'm not gonna be your teacher, but you know, if you want to stick around and like observe me and you learn something from that, that's cool.
I mean, yeah, I don't have the time to waste to show you these methods. I can only tell you how it works, and you have to go from there. You will exercise what I tell you. I will not exercise with you. If you want to train, you will train indirectly. And I was like,
Yeah.
he didn't say that, but he's basically leaving it to her, in a sense. Because he's sitting there telling her how the sword is supposed to be handled, how it's supposed to be executed, how he handles being able to see everything without needing his sight, which is Tao, which is awesome because I love the way it looks. Now that we can actually perceive
aura.
it.
Yeah.
It's got this really awesome white, like...
It's like black and white.
Yeah, it's like this black and white smoky aura to it, and it looks amazing.
Which you could probably say, hey, plays on the concept of it basing its like the balance off of like, you know, yin and yang and whatnot.
Well, I mean, the episode is called Yin and Yang, so I would assume so. That is an interesting outtake of it, but
well, I think what he was talking about. He doesn't explicitly call it yin and yang, but he refers to the philosophy as the middle.
Exactly,
the path of the middle, which would be the balance of yin and yang.
And it's really neat because you just see this big ass monster pop up behind.
Yeah, while he's
Shion.
Just talking.
Yeah.
He's just
and this girl's just sitting there like, oh. All of a sudden, he just bucks back, slices this thing into like 3 different ways from Sunday, and he's just like, oh yeah, by the way, these things are coming. Just, you know, defend yourself. I showed you how to do it. Yeah. Now do it. And it just cuts into them just absolutely fucking shit.
Just fucking shit up.
I love his little... I love the little thing that we got to see with his Tao, with all of the auras like surrounding him, like the what he sees. I loved that perspective. of what
Yeah, it's really
he
good.
can see. I fucking love it. I can't tell you how much I love that. I just
It's
can't.
really
I mean,
good.
I could sit here and talk about
Um,
it, but we got to move on.
yeah. Um, so we got that. Um, they're going, they're fucking shit up. Uh, there's only one thing I want to talk. Like, there's some points in this episode earlier where it cuts to like Sagiri and the group. There's not really a whole lot other going on other than them be like, Gabimaru must be dead, and Sagiri's like, nah, fuck no,
Nope.
he
Nuh-uh.
ain't.
He ain't dead.
The only interesting part is the sort of doubling down of like Senta going, you know what? This place can't truly be like true paradise because it's way too man-made because it uses cultural and cultural specific interpretations of certain religions.
Which is something we
Yeah.
brought up in the last episode about the
Yeah.
separate names of the characters.
Yeah.
So good tie in there, Bobsto. I will give you that.
Yeah.
Take one for the win.
Everything's too fucked up and is like, if it was designed, it wouldn't be the way like at least the way someone would think a god would design it. It's
Exactly.
got too many things that holds too much value within like human interpretations.
Right. So I
Which is
mean,
really-
Bobsto, I think that deserves a good old,
Yeah.
congratulations on my part. And,
Yeah.
Oops, sorry, wrong button.
Oh, shit.
I didn't mean to hit the. I didn't mean to hit the duck. But no, I thought that was kind of neat because as soon as he said that, I immediately thought back on the conversation we had about that. So
yeah, man.
but yeah, let's cut into the next scene because that scene was
go
not
over
really
to the next
all that
scene. The
memorable.
Gabimaru crew are also at this time getting swarmed by monsters.
Except there's a being in the
just-
background.
Yeah, there's a dude. He's just chilling, and they about to get ready to practice trying to use their shit. And then we cut back over. We get a scene with the two Tensen that fucked up the Bakugo brothers.
Oh yeah. Wait, was
Yeah,
that him?
And yeah,
I thought that was the other guy that
No,
Gabimaru
no,
was fighting before that.
so that was the same two people because they're like a couple.
He changed his hair then because that threw me off. Because he looks
Yeah.
kind of like the one that Gabimaru was fighting. I thought that was who that they were.
It
They
might
thought they were
have
sleeping.
been-
I think it was. I really think it was, because it cut
Oh,
over
yeah,
to
was it?
Gabimaru and them trying to drag themselves out of the pit.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think we need to do
You
some
said
more research on
Gabimaru,
that.
But yeah, they're so we get described like the process of the pit. It's like, all right, like the pit. First of all, pit's like super deep. It's gonna be hard for anyone thrown in to like leave.
As we get
Secondly-
a fucking cut over to
Yeah.
them just drudging their way out. They're just
Yeah, man.
fucking. He's grabbing vines and ripping arms out of the wall and just climbing.
And that's the other kind of fucked up things. The people within it are so far gone that they will instinctually grab anybody trying to climb out.
Yeah, they're trying to get them to join them essentially, like in what they think is paradise because they're so fucked at this point. We get these gruesome ass shots of Bakugo just ripping arms out of the wall. He stepped in one dude's mouth and broke his jaw. It was really. It was a lot more graphic than
man.
it needed to be, but that's what I
Essentially,
like
literally
about.
climbing over corpses.
Yeah, like they really put the visual in there. So that's
And you
something
can tell
that
like they're in like the full flower process because as the limbs break off, there's like roots entangled with the organs.
it looks really
which is
neat,
really
dude.
neat.
I really like how visual the pit got. So that's another thing I wanted to talk about. That leads into the next fight, but I think we got to cut back over, don't we? Or is it? It leads up to them.
No. It leads up to they get out. They're like, yeah, man. We're gonna kill those fucking assholes.
Yeah, we're gonna kill those shitheads. And he's just like, well, maybe we need to. We're gonna kill those shitheads. Well, I think we need to. We're gonna kill those shitheads.
Yeah. Listen, Toma, I'm gonna give you a hand here. I was like, hey, have some monster meat. That's good for you.
And he's just like, no, stop it. Don't eat that. Don't eat that. That's not monster meat. That's human. And right before he goes to take a bite, It was, I can't remember what they're called. They were like priests or.
Oh, we'll get to that. I did want to mention another thing, and that is, he talks about, oh, they obviously, it's like, I found out a secret. They got a weak point,
Oh yeah,
and
he's the
he's like,
first one that figured out.
well,
Um,
um,
just by
that,
fighting them once,
yeah,
that their weakness was in the navel or their groin,
yeah,
and I was
yeah,
like,
it's where the tendon is.
that's so
So
impressive,
that's a
man.
very,
Like,
like, he has the fucking foresight, because at first he's like, all right, he's just gonna try to go cut him in half because that makes sense. No, he was literally doing it to see how the fucking thing heals,
oh,
so you
dude.
can see where it originates from.
And I found that to be very, fascinating in a sense.
He continues like I said, like I have a big soft spot for him because he's fucking awesome.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it is neat as hell.
He's got
Um,
some awesome shit coming later as well.
I can't wait because
Yeah.
he's my second favorite out of all the
Um,
characters.
and so yeah, as they're talking about the Mr. fucking Priest guy, he's a separate class of monster called Doshi. Basically, they are, I guess, like the priests of the lords. They go out and act as like the hands.
But they are, don't get them confused with the actual monsters. Oh
those
no.
fucking savages.
Those fucking savages? Nah, we aren't them.
We're different. We're smarter.
We're
We
cooler.
bathe. We get to be on on the center of the island getting hella bitches.
Yeah, hella bitches. Bitches on
We
hella racks and racks of Stellas.
Exactly. And so they basically been sent down to sort of talk with the remaining humans about some shit. And Bakugo's like, you know what? Fuck it. I ain't buying it. And he just goes absolutely fucking ham.
He does. He goes fucking in, and he tells his brother to take care of the other ones behind him.
Oh, yeah, because he has a gang of monsters behind him as well.
Right, and the brother just goes in and fucking, in one fell swoop, knocks all of them down. All of them down. And Bakugo breaks the hand off of this other guy. And then they both back up. He calls in for more backup, and as he's taking care of the monsters in the back, Bakugo's fighting this guy. And I love the Sherlock Holmes style of the fight.
Yeah.
And for anybody who doesn't know what I'm talking about, like if you've seen the Sherlock Holmes, the newest
It's
Sherlock Holmes movie, he's
Robert Downey
basically, yeah, Robert. No, not Robert Downey Jr. The other one.
Which other one?
It wasn't Robert Downey Jr. Oh, shit, what was his name? Have you ever seen The Pianist?
No, I'm not.
Um,
You're not confusing it with the BBC Sherlock series, are you?
pretty sure that this was a movie. It was like,
The only other movies
I'm
I
talking about
remember-
I'm talking about the fight where he was fighting this big bald burly fucker in the wrestling ring.
Pretty sure that's the Robert Downey Jr. movie.
That is not the Robert Downey Jr. I might be mistaken. Hang on. I just want to do a quick
Really, 'cause
quick
that's
rundown.
where that shit came from. Was
Um,
Robert?
Let me just do a quick look. Let's see. Sherlock Holmes bald guy fight scene. Hang on, folks. I'm getting the answer. It fucking was him, dude. Who am I? I'm getting. Hold on. I could have swore it was that other guy. I'll tell you who I'm talking about here in just a second. The Adrian Brody,
Yeah.
or his name is yeah, Adrian Brody. What other movies has this guy played in that I know you had seen?
I know who Adrian Brody is.
I could have swore that was that guy.
Uh.
Dude,
It was Robert Downey Jr.
fucking mind blown right now. Like that's some what do you call it?
Adrian Brody played Houdini in a History Channel series.
That's him. Yeah, that's exactly where I remember him
You're
from.
thinking.
Yeah, I'm getting
Yeah,
them mixed.
with the Sherlock Holmes thing. That's the Robert Downey Jr. movie.
It's a classic fucking Mandela effect. Holy crap. Um, but yeah, either way, it was sorry. I had to get the goblins out. Insanely identical to the same style. Of what was happening in the Sherlock Holmes movie with Robert Downey Jr. Now that I've updated, he's basically breaking him down as he's fighting. He's just like, he's cool, but not really. He's strong, but not really. And he says, "Oh, here's his weak point." Clack-ow! He just stabs him with his fucking hand. Bakugo flops to the ground and
immediately starts.
Immediately starts fucking. I really liked though. I don't know if you noticed this, but when they showed his aura or his Tau form of himself, he was missing the right side of his face. Because his right eye, he's blind in it, and that is just gone. And I was like, that's so neat that they hit that that detail.
That's really cool. It's implied that he has consumed some time through basically eating monster parts.
Exactly.
Because Doshi's like, yo, like, what the fuck? Have you been fucking just consuming time? What?
Oh man, it's so funny. Yeah. It's so funny. But yeah, that cuts us off completely right there. So
that's about it.
Yeah, that's the episode. It was a decent episode. It's gonna get fucking litty in the next one.
The next few ones are gonna be pretty good.
I just like the source of answers and information that we got in this one, as well as a few more questions of why this bitch just aged rapidly. I got my thoughts, or my theories behind that. But I think
you'll have some answers. You'll more than likely have answers to those in the next episode.
Well, I feel like I kind of already know it. So if you consume too much Tau, it basically drains your life force, and she's technically part of the Tenzin. So we saw what happened to the other fucker from consuming too much. So maybe whenever she gets revived, she gets younger.
You're somewhere close to that. You're somewhere close to it.
Okay, I can't wait to see how close I am. But that's my theory. And I've pretty much said what I want to say. Bob, so you got anything else to add?
That's about it. Other than just a nice episode of Hell's Paradise.
Yes, it was.
Ready,
classic.
Excited for next week and whatnot.
Oh yeah, me too. I'm so ready.
She's gonna get good.
Yes.
And other than that, I guess that's about it. So hey, once again, if you liked what you saw, just give it a like, comment, maybe subscribe even.
Subscribe.
Yeah, man. And other than that, well, I'm Bobsto the Yoda Weeb.
And I'm Red, the bald-headed wonder.
Just got done watching the Anime Boys.
The Anime Big Boys.
See ya.
See ya.